takeoff. It actually makes it look pretty damn good. Then having this protection could really be something that could save you a lot of money. So when it hit, that was the first impact, they got folded in and then it caused it to drop out the sky. Don't leave your batteries constantly on charge, they'll end up getting ruined. Slide it in place, click one side on, click the other side on. That's it, aha! You know what I just did? I thought that was pushed in and it wasn't. All reliant on this little cable here, so just make sure you've got a really good cable.
Cause it's time to move on.
You know, it's been ages. God, this seat's so squeaky. It's been ages since I've done any of my drone videos. I apologize if you've subscribed and you're wondering, where the hell are these drone videos? Well, I promise you they're coming. When I did my last video, I accidentally crashed it. And it's taken me a little while to work out what I was going to do to A, get a new one, B, get it repaired, or C, the other option was I was going to actually get one and then try and use it as parts to repair my old one. But I decided it was best just to get it repaired, because what I've discovered in the process is that your DJI drones are very much coded to your remote. And introducing different parts, you can get issues with that. Unfortunately, it pretty much cost me the price of a new drone to get it repaired, but nevertheless, it's done now. And I also paid for some extra parts to be replaced, which were cracked. I went into the side of the house. Oh, you know, it's gonna happen. So, today's video, I'm testing this DJI Mini protection cage. When I bought this off Amazon, I didn't realize it was actually manufactured by DJI, which is excellent. So it's a genuine product for my drone, DJI Mini 2. And it is, as it sounds, lightweight. It's going to protect the propellers, and also importantly, it's going to protect the front of the drone, which is where I got hit. So I haven't used my DJI Mini for a good few months, and if you haven't used your drone, make sure that you get it out and use it, and don't just leave the battery sitting there, because once these batteries get a bit stagnant and they don't get used, they're not going to give you any love, and you can end up just having a permanently run out battery that doesn't charge, and these things can cost money. So I really recommend just keep using it, but don't just leave it on charge. Actually let the batteries kind of run down and then use them again. So here's my little DJI Mini 2. She's all repaired. What happened was, when this actually ended up hitting a building, it hit the front here. So with the arms obviously in the folded out position, they got folded in and then it caused it to drop out the sky. So when it hit, that was the first impact. These arms then got folded in, something like that, and then it dived down and bang, hit the ground again. And in so doing that, it ended up, the damage report said there was a problem with the link between the gimbal and the electronics on the PCB. There's a ribbon cable which had to get replaced. The top was all cracked. I had to get that replaced. One of the legs was cracked as well. So now she's looking all brand spanking new again, and I'd expect so for the money that it cost me to get it repaired, but never mind, it's done. So what I was thinking I could do is put a bit of rubber or sort of foam tape on the end there, so that if that was to happen again, I've got some protection. But then at the same time I thought, well, why don't I just try and get a protective cage? Hence why I'm doing this video. And here it is. They are genuine DJI Mini protection frames, and they're handed, so they go on one way and the other. You don't need to fold or take off any of the propellers. You can do it just in this orientation here. So I think you put the leg in first, it says, like so. And there's little clips here which you make sure you undo. And then once you got it in position, move the propellers out the way and click it into place, like so. Likewise on this side as well. There. And that's one side done. Easy as that. Let's get the other side on. So again, make sure you unclip the little catches for the protection. Slide it in place. Click one side on. Click the other side on. That's it. That looks pretty good. That looks really good. So two things here. A, is going to protect if I do hit anything again on the front there. They aren't going to fold in, it's not going to drop out of the sky, and importantly I'm going to protect the main electronics of my DJI Mini, but also it's going to protect the propellers, because I've actually got into a couple of bushes and I've chewed these up once or twice. But look, it's all a learning curve. You're never going to be perfect, and the height that these things fly and how close you can get to things and how fast these things go as well, you want to try and protect your valuable goods. So, well, looking forward to using it. I'm waiting for my batteries to charge. As you can see here, talking of batteries, don't leave your batteries, if you've got one of these chargers, constantly on charge. They'll end up getting ruined. And point in case, this battery here, which I put a little cross on, sadly just doesn't charge anymore. Try and use your batteries, and if you have fully charged them, then make sure that you try and use them on your DJI, let them run down, charge them up again, but then take it off the charger. They don't like being kept on charge fully. So I'm also charging up my controller. Important note, make sure you use the original cable that came with your controller, or if you know one that is definitely a good cable. You want one that's got the data ability. I did a video, it's been very successful because I could not get my DJI Mini to connect. And what I found was that even though the cable I was using was the original one for my controller, I had a problem with my USB port, and it charged and everything was good, but it didn't allow me to send and receive data, and therefore the phone wasn't talking to the controller, and that was the problem. I couldn't connect. So there's a video below if you want to know on that. So I'll see you on the other side once these are charged up. So I just went to plug in my phone into my DJI controller, and even though I had the DJI Fly app, it didn't actually connect, and probably because it's been so long, I crashed my drone, I had to get it repaired, and I haven't used it. So I had to download it again, but when I did it, I had a bit of an issue. So I thought I'd share with you what happened. First of all, I forgot that you don't go instinctively, you go to the Play Store or the Apple Store to go and get the DJI software. You don't do that, and my video I've done previously explains that you have to do it from the DJI website. Perhaps not the most intuitive, but nevertheless that's how you do it. So all you need to do is just use your phone, I've got an Android, and just type in DJI Fly app, and I got it for Android. Now when I went into the download center, it came up with what I thought was the page to go to, and I pressed download Android APK, but it just hung on this page. It wouldn't go anywhere, just says downloading pending. I did that for about 4 or 5 minutes and nothing happened. So the way that I managed to get it to download was press the back button on the screen. It says back to download center. So if you hit that, and then you've got DJ apps. Now you can see here on this page that there's various apps that DJI have. They do a lot of different drones. They also do cameras, etc. as well. And then I chose the one at the top for me, which is for the DJI Mini 2 DJI Fly app. And now I press download. And for some reason, it works. It didn't do it before though. So I'm not going to press download again because I already downloaded on my phone, but give that a go because it really kind of threw me at first. Anyway, more importantly, let's see how this little protection cage works. Does it give me any less performance? Is it going to be the same? Well, let's find out. The old battery in. Make sure you push that home and make sure you click it in place. The last thing you want is that battery to come out. Let's go straight into the DJI app. This comes up. Let's power up everything. Excuse my squeaky seat. So to power on the drone, it's once and then again and hold. You hear the little jiggery pokery of the motors and the gimbal comes to life. And then on your phone, what you should see, hopefully, aha! Do you know what I just did? I thought that was pushed in and it wasn't. Look, I've literally just pushed it in. The case was causing that cable not to go in. It's incredible how many times I've done this. It's nothing to do with the foam. You think you're all connected and it's all reliant on this little cable here. So just make sure you've got a really good cable, because that's a brilliant example. Look, it's all working now. And as I move the camera up, you can see my ugly face. All good, right. Let's go and fly. So here we go. Here's the screen. That's what the camera can see on my drone. and she's ready to fly. Take off. So certainly there doesn't seem to be any difference in the performance. The cage isn't hindering the blades in any way. It actually makes it look pretty damn good. If you see a little bit of difference in the propellers, it's just down to the fact that it's a frame rate between that and my GoPro. But it all looks pretty good, doesn't it? Right, let's go for a fly. I'm a pampas grass. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to purposely fly it towards some vegetation and see how the protection frame can stop the battery's running out. So you can see here, look, as I move towards these leaves here, it's not chopped into it by the propellers. Right, let's have a look and see if there's any damage. So as you can see, I purposely flew that into some vegetation there, but everything's intact. And if that was without these guards, in fact, you can see there, look, where it's actually just brushed a couple of the leaves. I've got a bit of residue left on it there, but you know, it's protected it importantly. And if you're not a very good pilot and you're just learning, then having this protection could really be something that could save you a lot of money, because these things are expensive. And it just gives you a little bit more confidence that if you do happen to go and bump into something accidentally, whether it be vegetation or a wall or something, you've got a very good chance that this is going to save you the money and protect your all-important little drone. I'd recommend getting the genuine DJI product because it's designed for this. These little clips on here, they're nice and snug. It's not going to suddenly pop open mid-flight. They've obviously put a lot of thought into this, and it's super light. There's no extra real weight to it at all. So all in all, really good product, very much recommended, especially if you're starting out and you haven't flown much.
Baby, I'm a gangster too. It takes two to tango. You don't wanna mess with me, mess with me. Baby, I'm a gangster too. Baby, I'm a gangster too.